Then we had a lecture on political sciences of Kenya. And the man that lectured us was an American, Dr. Tom Wolfe. He's at the University of Nairobi. And the lecture was just wonderful. He told us all about Kenya from the beginning on up, and told it in language that you could understand. And it was so interesting. And my eyes kept trying to go to sleep because I was so tired, and I said to myself, hey, this guy is really telling us something, Stay awake, Pearl. So I tried really hard. They chose the wrong time for this. We slept the night in the hotel, but still, when you wake up and you are so exhausted from all that flying, and I think it's from all that stale air in the plane and all the smoke. We have different sections, but that doesn't make any difference. The smoke hangs in the air. Now, he told us a story, a tale. He says, I'm sorry, I'm all excited today. He says, I had a terrible thing happen. One of his students was from Tennessee, and he's at the University of Nairobi over here studying. And he called him up this morning and said he was in jail. Would he please come and help? And he told me, it's a long story. I'm really in big trouble. Well, he went to see what it was, and he could only speak to him for a minute. He couldn't get the details too well, but it seems like this kid, this young boy, man, 18, 19 years old, whatever, he went into an area that was not the palace, the grounds of the president, Moi, of Kenya. And he went in the back way by a gate that had no signs that said private and had no guard there. And he went further, and there was another gate, but it just had a chain across it, and he stepped over. It was beautiful park area, and he was just walking through looking. I don't know, maybe he was drunk. Why would you be running around in someone else's area like that at 6 o'clock at night? It's ready to get dark. Well, anyway, obviously when he got to the big white house, someone saw him and they put him in jail. And it was really scary because, he can be in trouble there. And we'll have to find out more what happened to him on his and later on in the night, tonight he's going to tell us what happened to the kid. But he was really concerned because he says this is serious. You don't do these things. Well, we find that we're having lots of fruits and vegetables, and mostly what we are seeing is rice and vegetables and boiled potatoes, and the coffee is strong. I'm getting cocoa. I tried to get hot chocolate, but they didn't have that. They just got hot cocoa. And we're getting soups, and that's real good. We went on a trip north of town, north of Nairobi. We went up, about 12 miles. It was called Limuru, Limuru, and it was a district. And that Limuru, and we went to visit Mrs. Evelyn Mitchell, and she is the owner of Kimbethu Farm. And this in Kikiyu, the Kikiyus used to be there. It was called the Place of the Dances, Kimbethu. Well, she was 86 years old, and we pulled up, and she's running down the yard there. Come in, come in, come in. She's going to entertain us. She's going to tell us all about her life and all about the tea farm. She has a tea farm there. And we went in, and she wanted us, have drinks, sit down and get something to drink here, have this, and have some tea. Now we're going to have tea and cookies. And she says, then I'll talk to you, and then afterwards we'll have lunch.